Well, this is my match reaction to Arsenal 3, Watford 2. Welcome to my channel. It was a very intense game. And I felt nervy the whole way throughout. And now with the win, we're 1 point ahead of Man United with 3 games in hand after they play City. So it's in our hand at this point. But talking on the game, I think overall the attack was good, but the defense so much wasn't as good. Going into player by player with Ramsdale, his distribution it wasn't as good as normal, as some of his passes out led to their attacks, but overall saving the shots for the first goal he couldn't really save it, and the second goal wasn't really his fault either. And more it was towards Tierney's side, the left hand side, that was the more major issue of today's game, with Tierney not having a good game at all. Watford kept on target in that area, with overall in that first half, just dropping balls over the top of Tierney, and he couldn't handle it. Even for their first goal, Tierney, Xhaka and Martinelli. Martinelli's marking the guy with the ball, Tierney's marking the player inside the box, and Xhaka is just marking no one, with an overlapping run coming in. So that whole left hand side wasn't working very well, and it got better throughout the second half, but compared to our right hand side you can really see the problem. Going on to Gabriel, he had an alright game. He's been a bit, these last couple games from the Wolves mistake to now, it hasn't been his best performance, but he was fine. He didn't make too much of an error, he was just solid. Same with White. He was just fine. They haven't been the best the last couple of games, even for the second goal. White trying to track over. I don't really blame him for it, as it was Xhaka more marking him, and then he starts to watch the ball, letting the guy run behind him. But he still could have done better with the second goal. And Cedric, he's still doing fine, just dropping in for Tomiyasu. We were playing to more his strength, which is more Tierney's weakness, by letting him bombard forward more and Tierney stay back a bit. Going into the midfield with Partey had a solid game. Since he's been the lone 6 in this sort of 4-3-3, he's been really good. Just distributing well, knowing the passes, and just playing really well. And Xhaka, he's got a new role, but he's doing fine in it. He's getting along. Even for the second goal, I feel it was more his fault, as when the ball's played over, it was him who was tracking the runner, and then he stops as he believes he can win the header, and that's when Ben White has to cover him, but doesn't do so well. But overall, it was a decent performance by him. Going on to Martinelli. I feel like since Tierney and him have been linking up on the left hand side, it just hasn't been working. That whole triangle, it just doesn't work together. The Tierney, Martinelli, Xhaka, there's no cohesion between them at all. But Martinelli was fine. I feel like he's tracking back. He just needs to do a bit better on, even for Watford's first goal. Tierney should be marking the player he's on, while he's marking the overlapping player. But because Tierney's inside and Martinelli's on the player, this is a 3-1 runner. But he got his goal. It was a great finish. He could have got played through by Lacazette on a couple of occasions for maybe another goal. But attacking wise, he was good. Just defensively, I feel like just need to stick with his player a bit more often. Moving on to Martin Odegaard, and he was brilliant today. He just dictates the midfield. He's been our best player, one of our best players this season. Everything's good with him. For his first goal, that little turn pass back into Saka, and the finish, more finishes like that is what we need from Martin Odegaard. And even for Martinelli's goal, the flick into Lacazette was really good and really tidy. Overall he had a great performance, and he's contender for man of the match today. He's having a great season this far. And same with Saka. Saka was my man of the match of the game. He was brilliant. his cutting in, his just dribbling, his distribution, his passing, just really brilliant today. He was just had that he had their left back just always wandering backwards, just not trying to give him space so that he can try and dictate where Saka was gonna go. But Saka just, because he's so two-footed, he can just go inwards and outwards. Even for the Odegaard goal, the pass back in to Odegaard was just great. And for his goal as well, great determination to win the ball back. And great determination to win the ball back, and a great layoff by Lacazette, and also a great shot, which is what he's doing a lot more of now. Him and Smith Rowe just taking more shots. That's what you need. That's what we need. If our strikers not scoring, we need our outside forward to score more, and that's what they're doing now. And it was just a brilliant overall performance. And Lacazette, he didn't start off well. When Lacazette's not scoring, which he isn't at the moment, he plays best when he just gets touches. When he's touching the ball, doing his little flick-ons, holding the ball, that's when he's playing at his best. But he wasn't doing that as much at the start. He got into it more with the Saka goal, and then also with the Martinelli goal. So overall, he had a good performance, and he got taken off early. We got, I think it's 13 or 14 more games left, and he has to stay fit as we play through Lacazette. So for these last couple of games, he just needs to stay fit. And when the subs came on, Pepe, he looked fine. It just, when I feel like he should just play on the left a bit more, especially in days like today. He came on the right, he moved to the left, but Saka was doing so well on the right. There was no point in moving him to the moving Saka to the left a bit. Just keep Saka on the right. He was doing well, and just move Pepe to the left. Eventually, Pepe went to the left, and he was fine. He looked lively. He had a couple of shots as well. And moving on to Nketiah had a shot. He hit the post. He played well, but he just knows he's leaving, so he's just trying to get fitness, just get his minutes up for looking for a new club. And Holding just came on to solidify it. But overall, it was a good performance. The attack was very good. But the defense was a bit shaky. Even at 3-1, I didn't feel like the game was completely finished. But overall, it was a good performance. And after Leicester, Liverpool, and then we got the international break. So if we can beat Leicester and then try and get a draw against Liverpool, we can go into the international break looking pretty good for top 4. Thank you for watching, and subscribe.